So here's your supplies list to get through these workouts. What you're gonna need is a standard beach towel, colorful preferably. You're gonna need something that's weighted. So for us, we have plates, but frankly, you can use, and I'll talk about this a little bit, you can use things like a gallon jug, and a gallon jug is about 8.5, 9 pounds when it's completely full with water or milk. And so you can change those little by little, but like these are 5-pound weights, so a halfway full jug would get the job done. If you're a little bit stronger, you might need it to be completely full. And then the last thing you'll need consistently is probably gonna be a chair to either tuck your toes under or put one of your feet on top of for a number of exercises. Aside from that, we don't have any equipment that you're gonna need because we're assuming you're doing this from home. If you have specific equipment at home, whether that be an exercise ball, different bands, or even dumbbells, you should give us a call or email me directly at davidg@discoverstrength.com because we can put together a program that incorporates a little bit more equipment, but this is kind of the bare minimum that you'll need. So I'm gonna start to introduce some more advanced, and by advanced I just mean more difficult sequences into the equation. So all the exercises are gonna be pretty similar, but now we're just putting them one into the next without any rest in between. And that's kind of the magic of it is when you go back to back to back, you're gonna increase the overall intensity and thus the overall benefit that you're actually getting from it, okay? So for legs, we're gonna start off by doing this sequence. It's gonna be a partial range of motion lunge, right into a partial range of motion squat, a single leg squat, which is on the chair here, and then right into a wall sit, okay? So for each one of these, we're trying to do 8 to 12 repetitions with a hold at the end, and then moving into the next exercise. So we'll demonstrate each. We'll do a couple reps of each one with the transition. So Taylor, let's go partial range of motion, lunge. Okay, so the knee stays right over the ankle, tap the back knee, good, just to my hand. Okay, so a couple reps of this. We would do a quick hold right there, and now you can transition into your partial range of motion squat. So feet shoulder width apart, toes slightly pointed outward. You're gonna sit down, butt to heels here, arms straight out ahead of you. Try to stand up just to my hand, right there, back down. Okay, about 3 seconds, 4 seconds down, so a little more controlled. Beautiful. So at the end of this sequence, we would do a hold and transition right into a single leg squat here. So one leg will be up on the bench, the other leg a little further out in front. Okay, awesome. So lower and down for 4 seconds, really sink into it. Then just make sure you're not coming up too high here. Keep a good bend, a little higher, right there. So same idea, 8 to 12 reps on this one. We do a quick hold. We're doing this for each leg and then transitioning right into your wall sits, okay? So let's say we've done our hold now and you're going right over to wall sit. Once again, trying to minimize rest. So less than 5 seconds of rest between each one of these. Send down at the bottom and boom, a little bit higher right there. You're trying to stay here for about 90 to 120 seconds. Now, if you start to slide down that wall, we're done and you failed. Okay, so hit pause, go ahead and give that sequence a shot. So we're gonna do a very similar idea with the upper body. We're gonna sequence push into a pull, into another push, into another pull, and another push. So it's gonna be a push-up, followed by seated row with the towel, followed by a plate hold to fatigue the shoulders, back into row, and then push-ups again to finish, okay? So Taylor, you can start off with push-ups. Slide these out of your way. So this one's simply coming up 2 seconds up, 4 seconds lowering down. We're gonna go just a failure and then do a quick negative at the end. So this one, we're gonna go pretty simple finisher. Just a failure, maybe do 1 or 2 10-second negatives, and then transition into our row. Okay, so you're done now. Let's say we've done our 10-second negatives. We're going into our towel row. All right, so slow build up here, and then pulling back as hard as you possibly can, engaging that upper back and biceps. So we're gonna do this for about 90 seconds. And then as soon as we're done with that, Taylor's gonna now transition into our plate hold. So I got this from you, Taylor. So taking a seat on the bench, arms straight out in front of you, working the anterior deltoids, so make sure you're laying all the way back. Arms never bend. Got you on the clock. Trying to go for about a minute here. Can extend it up to 2 minutes if needed, if she's strong enough, or I can add a little pressure here. But once again, if nobody's with you, just extend the period of time that you're doing it. Okay, so we finish up that, we're going right back to our row. Okay, so now we have a couple sets of row, really finishing off the upper back here. All right, so same deal. Now pull all out here for 60 seconds. So we might go even a little bit less period of time and go all out the whole time on this second set of towel row. And then as soon as you're done there, Taylor, so let's stop there, right back into push-ups. So this last round of push-ups, you gotta remember, triceps and shoulders are pretty darn fatigued. We might only do negatives at the very end here. If she's strong enough to do some push-ups beforehand, that's great, but chances are she'll be pretty fried, so we'll probably have to do just 6 to 8 10-second negatives. Awesome, Taylor. So give that a try, give it a pause, and go through that full upper body sequence of 5 exercises in a row. All right, Tay, let's finish off with abs and low back. Okay, so let's go toes tucked under here. You can cross your arms. You're gonna curl all the way up to the top here. I'm gonna do a slightly different protocol here. So Taylor's gonna come down about a quarter of the way from the top and go right back up, and then lower down for 4 seconds again. All the way down, and then back through. Come a quarter of the way down. Right there. So Taylor's gonna try to do 8 to 10 repetitions of these 1 1/4 reps, and then do some negatives at the end if she doesn't reach failure by the end of the set. And then we'll transition right into an ab bridge, once again, to finish off the abs. Okay, so you can hop out there, hop right into an ab bridge. Beautiful. So another way that you can make this a little tougher, a little more advanced, is you can do abs into an ab bridge and go right back into another set of abs to really finish them off. Most people, it should be plenty to do abs right into ab bridge, but once again, you can superset it and make it a little bit tougher on you as well. And then to finish off here, Taylor, can lay down flat, extend the arms out over your head, and do that Superman hold. Best of luck on this workout. Thank you.